Gerard Butler, Gerard Butler, plays the title role in a new movie called Machine Gun Preacher. It's not what you think by the title.
No, and true story.
It's about a man who travels to Africa to help orphans there.
An ex-con biker. Man.
I'm here today to talk to you about families just like yours, half a world away, that desperately need your help.
I was thinking maybe I could go over there.
Africa?
Reckon they can do with all the help we can get.
I want to go into Sudan this weekend. Need someone to show me around.
This is a war zone. If you stay here, you're going to get killed.
Is Jerry here?
Well, he's here, but he's somewhere, but he can't hear us. So can I interview you instead as we wait for Gerard Butler?
Well, listen, I just heard an hour of Jerry on Howard Stern. I could probably answer any question about Jerry's life.
Ah, there he is. There he is. Hello.
That was a great appearance, by the way, Jerry.
Thank you.
I know you had the big premiere last night, and Frances, our talking director, who is no longer our director, she left us, but she still loves you, and I heard she was stalking you last night.
Was she? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I get stalked a lot. So
Yeah.
I get stalked a lot.
He knows the feeling.
There were so many
Mine's
women,
my bill collectors.
There were so many women trying to make out with him and grab his butt. I guess he didn't notice.
You were there?
I was supposed to go, and I really want to see this movie. I'm sorry I could not go.
All right, this character you play, talk about him and what he does.
So it's based on a true story, and I play a man called Sam Childers, who was he was a criminal, he was a drug addict in Pennsylvania, you know, a biker, kind of bad as they come, who then reached rock bottom, and he found God, and ended up down in Sudan, of all places, and witnessed some of the atrocities and just savagery there. And it changed his life. He took it upon himself to build this orphanage to defend the kids. But he went even further than that and started going and out and fighting the rebels who were kidnapping these children.
Horrible.
And so he kind of started his own war with them, and was bringing back the kids and rehabilitating them, and trying to raise money for the orphanage and deal with the family back home. And so it's a real colourful and harrowing adventure.
I'm assuming you met the real man behind this story, and does that make it easier to portray him, or a little bit harder, puts more pressure?
No, maybe it puts more pressure, but you know, in the long run, without a doubt, makes it much easier. Just for me, just to for anybody, I think, just to spend time with the character and hear them talk about their experiences and look in their eyes and see how they feel about things and see how they react to things and see where they cover things up or see where they get emotional and see where they can laugh about things. And you know, for instance, that's a big thing that I learned about Sam, is he has a great sense of humor, you know, a real sparkle in his eyes, real twinkle with a toothpick in his mouth, and just, you know, a very charismatic man, and yet you know where he's been. I mean, this is a guy that goes into the bush, AK-47s, you know, and has been under so many attacks. And even back home in Pennsylvania, you know, with the shotguns and getting into all kinds of trouble and fights.
You know, speaking of which, I was listening to your interview, and you, not that you got into trouble, but you had a really interesting past. I was so shocked to hear some of the stuff when you were sort of, I don't want to say you had a death wish, but you kind of did. You were hanging off the side of a ship, you were wasted, and, you know, what do you think? Do you think all of that led to you being where you are today?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's interesting. We talk about, you know, Sam and his wayward ways, and then when he found a purpose, and for him that was going down to Africa and helping these kids, it allowed him to channel all his energy into that. And I was training as a lawyer, and yet I was getting into so much trouble, you know, before that and after, but because I just didn't know where my place was.
Well, your place was acting, and you got that role in Trainspotting on yeah, it really kind of saved your life and changed your life, yes?
Yeah, absolutely, changed my whole life. And then I realized that all of that pain and all of that craziness is what allows me to play Sam Childers, is what allows me to play a Leonidas, you know. It's I can use all of that energy that went into self-destruction and put it into something positive and remember the emotions and the lows where I've been and feed on that.
We would love for you to come in here again one day. Maybe just, you know, I know you're big now, but You know,
Maybe
when you
tomorrow.
did
I know
300,
you're
you
big
came.
now.
Well, he came when he did 300, and we had so
Hey,
much
Jared,
fun.
we would talk more. We know you have other interviews to do, and you have to leave and go to the others. Otherwise, we'd hold you here. But good luck to you. Machine Gun Preacher opens
Can't
tomorrow.
wait.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank
If he was here, we would really hold him physically here.
I'm telling you, the story he had. I mean, he was hanging off sides of buildings, wasted. He hasn't had a drink in a long time.
That sounds like perfect training to be a lawyer. I'm surprised he got out
he
of
already
that.
was at that point. But
And
you know
the
what
story of the man he is
um,
playing, you know, you go to Africa, you can fall in love and get very, very sucked in, as this man did, and this man has done a lot of good there.